Why hello there, fellow decorators and craftsmen. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Cozy Keep. Episode 6, The Advantages of the Golden Hammer. So the goal today, for the rest of the day, is to... And you can, it's worth noting, you can buy iron ore and gold ore and ingots off of him too. So you don't necessarily have to wait for the custom orders. If you want to run out to Archibald, you can source that stuff at Archibald. And it might have made sense to try to buy gold ingots earlier, because higher quality tools means higher yield and more options, and that's really nice to have as soon as you can source it. Here we go. Golden Hammer. So the Golden Hammer gives us a bow hanger, a barrel for arrows, a shield wall for shields, a royal cat pillow, new banners, new decorations, a lot of them, new rugs, dummies for your shop, charms, a royal chandelier, a better bed. Really useful is a 15 slot planter, so you can plant massive crops. A spear rack that holds 14, and a sword rack that holds 14. Wall shelves that are bigger. Cupboards that are much larger. Fruit and veggie tables, if you're into that. Food displays, armor holders, which are pretty cool to use. Yeah. And a royal storage chest, which is a global range, so you have access to it anywhere, which is awesome. Is the code every time changing? I don't think so, but don't quote me. Okay. What else? Let's do some smelting. And I am going to significantly revamp our shop now that I have the Golden Hammer. I will eventually get the other golden tools, but they're just not as important as the Golden Hammer, because the Golden Hammer controls what you can build, which is massive. So, first order of business. I would like to break down a lot of what we already built to make much prettier variants of it, and then also like hanger armor and armor racks and things like that. So I'm going to pick up a lot of what we already built. And if you take a look at the stats of the hammer, salvage is 100%, so you get full refunds when you break stuff down. So I was waiting to get the gold hammer so that I could remove the initial tables and replace them with, like, better storage options. So I would like to get a shield hanger, which is stones, and a lot of the stuff I want to build is going to require iron ingots, rocks, nails, and bolts. So let's hold some of that stuff on me. Bolts, nails, iron ingots, and rocks. And I know that my movement speed is going to be atrociously terrible holding this stuff on me, but that's fine. And I think what we'll do is I'll have one side of the shop be dedicated towards alchemy. Although there's not a lot to do for alchemy, because it's like just potions and potions, but whatever. And then the other side of the shop be for armor. I think I'm going to switch which side is which. So I'm going to do armor on the right here, because it's just a little bit more open right now. And we'll store our armor on the racks. Let's get a shield hanger here. And a bow hanger. Put bows on. I'm gonna do, let's move this. It's weird to move a blueprint, but I'll do 2 shield hangers and a bow hanger. There's only like 1 type of bow, so there's not a lot of variety. The other thing is you can always have extra stock stored on shelves back here, so you can quickly restock your shelves, which makes a lot of sense, so that you have every type of wear available in the front, and then the ability to quickly restock in the back. So I'm gonna want more logs and stones to build that stuff. So let's get the required building material. Yeah, it is a shiny hammer. It is a hammer of increased opportunity. Nope, encumbered. It probably would make sense for me to invest the gold I have right now with Archibald to get, like, a golden pick, golden axe, golden shovel. So we just have golden everything. Probably even a golden sword. But, I'm gonna focus on this first. Okay. Shield hanger. Put the shields on it. We're also gonna want the sword rack and the, spear rack. The thing about these is the really high density rack holders are, cost gold ingots, so maybe not go for the best ones now. I'll go for the affordable ones first. And I think we need more logs for that. Now, maybe in a future update, they will have you be able to control a little bit more of like what your yard looks like. And have it, I don't know if it's in the game plan. I haven't looked at the dev plan. Because I know that you can plant like fruit trees. But apart from fruit trees, there's like not a way to remove the random sort of overgrown yard look. And that would be a neat feature to have maybe sometime down the line. So with the sword rack, we could put our swords in. What I was hoping to do is to have multiple sword racks and spear racks for the different varying qualities. So we'll have like a rack for wooden swords and a rack for iron swords and a rack for stone swords. But for now, I'll just like put whatever we have on there. Because I don't necessarily need to lay it out perfect right now. Because we're still very much in the early phases of design. Definitely going to want a barrel for the different arrows, though. Where's the barrels? And I'm nearly out of iron ingots, or at least the iron ingots that I have on me right now. So we'll put... I'll put the barrels of arrows here. Although these will get in the way of the spear that will be laid out here. We can always move things later on. We'll put our wooden arrows and our stone arrows. And I'll have a little bit more arrows on me to be able to restock. So for that, we need some nails. Let's get more nails. But as you can see, you can, once you have access to the golden hammer, you can really start to design your shop kind of the way you envision, with a lot less restriction, which is really nice. Because we are an alchemist, let's get some potion display rather than these types of shelves. So I'm going to remove the products off of these shelves and maybe even delete these and opt only for potion display. So on the other side of the, on our alchemy side of the shop, I'll try to organize our potions so that we have a section of healing and a so each shelf is its own type, and to keep them stocked. And these require bolts, not nails. So I gotta go make some bolts. So, it's pretty nice. Unfortunately, I'm out of potions, but as you can imagine, as production ramps up, we'll be able to actually stock this stuff. This iron hammer can probably be used to upgrade the honesty box at some point, so I don't need to necessarily, like, sell it to the king or whatever. Alright, what else can we build in here? I could do wall shelves of potions. There's also displays. I could even have potions loose as food displays, but I think I'm going to keep it on the potion racks. I might, at this point, given the hour of the day, focus on making some more armor for the racks, so that we have more stock. What is my appearance? Appeal is maxed because of the higher quality displays. So although it feels a little vacant, it is prettier. So maybe what I'll do is, I kind of like the way it's laid out, to be honest. But these cupboards aren't doing anything for me. I mean, they're empty, so I'll recycle them and just move things around. So perhaps to keep it from feeling empty, I'll put swords here. And this will be my wooden sword rack. So I'm gonna make some more swords for that. And then we can have next to it stone swords. And then we'll do wooden spears and stone spears, and then eventually iron once we have more iron available to us. I like it. So I think these are wooden, right? No, these are stone. Okay. Yeah, it still looks a little empty, but yeah, that's okay. So I'll put these barrels in the back. And we do have a lot of stuff to buy. So I don't think we're going to have like a lack of sales. Maybe I'll display the shields. I rotated that wrong. Like that. Looks a bit nicer. Although they are like low quality shields. Well, not all of them. And it'll fill up with time. I do have a spare iron hammer, so let's see what is involved in upgrading the honesty box. The next tier honesty box, yeah, let's do it. So hold X to upgrade. And we have 5 slots. And up to 4 stack. I also gain a perk point from that, so skills. Tipping. Done. What next skill to get? Now that I got tip. So we can get pay less in taxes. Or actually, going from order. Increase reputation. Increase patience. Increase carry weight. Lower taxes. Higher tool efficiency. More customers. Or the lack of prohibition. Have you guys choose. And for now, I think I'm going to go for... because I don't have a lot of chilies, I'll just plant more beets. I might as well not have empty plots. With that said, let's start incorporating the biggest possible planters. Just because they're so much easier to maintain than these smaller ones. So I'm not going to... Oh, my wheat is harvestable. Hold on. I'm not going to destroy anything that we already have planted because it would ruin its growth progress. But I'll move it off to the side, and then I'll have the bigger planters for everything going forward. So many beets. And I'll fold the old slot, so I only have 1 seed left. Not bad. Oh, you know what? I have, yeah, okay. I have, enough seeds to, like, fill up another one. So I just need a few nails. Alright, we have so many beets growing now. Awesome. Give it a little water. And as you can see, the fertilizer applies to the entire plot, so it's way better to have the big ones. Just so much more convenient. I also have a ton of wheat now. So with this extra wheat, I can make the like royal cat bed and stuff like that. If I had wool. I don't know. I have some wool stored. I also wouldn't mind getting the nicer bed for myself, which is 2 fabric. I don't think I'll have enough wool for it, though. Unless I shear. Yeah, I'm missing 1 wool. I think I've sheared today, so I could quick order it, but I'll probably end up just going to sleep. Because, yeah, these guys have been sheared. Lower taxes. That's what you got voting on? Alright, sounds good. My character's thirsty, but, the only thing I have on me to drink right now is, poison, so let's head to sleep, cheer some stuff, and have a nice sail day tomorrow. Or actually, maybe not, given the time left in the stream. I just realized time flew today. The Honesty Box had 48 coins to collect. It is nice to have that kind of passive trickle to keep the sort of economy churning. Because you can definitely find yourself in a situation where you're like, oh god, I need to pay taxes today and I have no money, and you have, you know, money in the banana stand, so to speak. So the before I end the stream, the last thing I'm gonna do is let's make the cat and myself some nice nice comfortable digs. Oh wow, he's giving me fabric and iron. What's funny is he gave me carrot seeds, which I have no use for, so I'm just gonna sell it back to him. Because they're out of specialty for me. Yeah, it is real nice that there's a move function. You get full refunds with the gold hammer, you know. It's good stuff. Blueberries and wild berries. Okay, you want me to berry pick for you. So this is the highest quality bed. I really haven't been having fatigue issues with my character, but, you know, we might as well have the highest quality. Let's do a royal cat bed. And for that I need 2 yarn. And then I'll move the water bowl in there too. Interesting, there's like no cat feeder, but I feel like if they introduced the cat feeder, the character would feel like you need to like feed the cat, which your ranched animals need feeding, but your cat does not. All right. Cat has not been neglected, so there's no need to call the authorities on me about that. Some of the other things I could do for the wheat I have is to build things that look appropriate for a shop such as mine. You know, thematic decorations. And that was kind of the intent. So, to have like a target, or, you know, dummies or armor, and it really allows you to decorate and have it feel like a medieval shop. Because right now it's like low tier min-maxed, but it gets obviously prettier and better as you invest. Even though I'm already at my full appeal, you know, you don't necessarily need to just play for the min-maxing. You can definitely fill your shop up with what feels right for a medieval shop. So before end of day, or before I would have, because I'm just about out of time for streaming, what I'll do is I will invest the rest of my iron. 3 iron swords. If I'm getting iron swords, I'm going to want yet another rack for that, which is bolts, logs, planks. Yeah, maybe the cat just eats mice. And I'm going to try to actually box in my wooden swords to see if I physically block access to it. No, apparently it's accessible because I haven't boxed it in on all sides. So they can even buy the wooden swords on this rack, which I'll just fill the rack with stone. The illusion of well-supplied shop. I did want to make more of the iron armor for sale. Once you start, I mean, early on it can be challenging to stock with like high-quality armors constantly because they get bought so frequently. But we need gloves and boots if I get a full set. It'd be cool to have a full set of iron armor available for sale. Just as a mark of pride. So iron boots would be one more nail, and gloves would be one more nail. And that's what a full armor rack looks like. There's, of course, leather armor. Leather armor is a little bit harder to source because it draws from the same leather pool as your weapons do. Because iron swords cost leather as well. Once the beets... You know, now that we have these giant crop plots, we will at some point get ample and amounts of potions, right? That gets ramped up over time, but farming is one of those things that, like, crops become seeds, becomes crops, become seeds, and then eventually you have tons and tons of seeds, and you can make loads of gear that way. Yeah. Was there anything else I needed to make? The other thing I think would be very reasonable to do, and this will be the last thing I do before I end the stream, is to buy with the gold I currently have, because the shop is pretty well stocked. It's more stocked now than it was ever before. So trying to invest in myself, and by that I mean buying gold ore and as many ingots as I can afford, which is not many, and getting myself a full set of golden tools. Apart from the iron hammers being consumed in upgrading honesty boxes and restoring buildings, I don't believe your other golden tools ever get consumed. So, like, rebuilding the silo, for instance, will consume an iron hammer. Building the training camp will consume a stone hammer. The training camp really doesn't do anything for you. It's just, like, dummies to shoot at. Upgrading the honesty box will consume iron hammers. But I don't think that there's any projects that will consume your golden stuff. Don't quote me, because I haven't maxed out my honesty box in my own play. But with that said... with all the gold I just bought, I ought to be able to get myself a golden axe, a golden shovel. Oh, I can't afford a golden pick. I should have probably gotten the pick first, given my profession. If I was a smart person, which it seems like I am not, I guess. C'est la vie. It is what it is. Damage been done. And then, of course, because we don't sell tools as a profession, I'll quick sell the iron stuff to Richard. Iron axe, iron shovel. Yeah, it would have made a lot more sense to get a golden pick. Don't know why I didn't make that first. But it would be really easy to go back and buy with the day's sales. Or actually, in fact, just to push the needle up, the playtime up a little bit more, get some wild blueberries and wild regular berries, which I presume are strawberries. Hand them over as the special purchase, buy one more golden ingot, and then make myself a golden pick. to correct my mistake. I have no idea if I was hungry. I just... Oh, the moment I walk away, I get another special order. A torch and 3 branches. Or 3 sticks. $82 coin. Thought that'd help. Back to Archibald to get that pick. But the axe, of course, the efficiency, damage, loot, and fortune is the best, and then same with the shovel as well. In fact, you know, these things do a decent amount of damage too if you need to use them as an impromptu weapon. Alright, hey Archie the dwarf. I think I needed 1 iron ingot too. Oh, shoot. Well, I bought the gold. Hopefully this is all I needed for the pick. The pick would, given my primary profession, be the most important. That I did not make first. Yeah, I did need an iron ingot. It be like that sometime. Well, I'ma do it. There might be iron up on these hills. Or I could buy an iron ingot, worst case scenario. I am falling victim to the just one more turn, which is absolutely a thing in this game. Mostly because once you get the ball rolling, yeah, there is no, it hasn't respawned. Once you get the ball rolling on profit and reputation, your profits per day, day over day, like double and double. And as long as you keep being able to take that earned coin and reinvest it in purchased materials, you will find yourself making more and more money very quickly. Or at least that's what I have discovered for myself. So it's one of those, all of the fruits of your labor add up quick, I guess is maybe the delicate way of saying it. And it definitely, at least for me, keeps me going back for just like one more turn, one more turn, one more turn. So let's see. I forget the price of iron ingots or ore, but all I need is a little bit of iron to get that golden pick. Yeah, just one more turn is a good sign though? Yeah, absolutely. As far as like gameplay loop goes, you want a game that wants you returning back to it. For sure. The other thing is I should be right around the point where I can start making royal goods. Yeah, I am. So I'll make my first royal good. So royal is a specialty that you don't get access to at the start because you won't have gold. But royal goods are its own subcategory, like golden rings and the like. And the further you get into the mine, the more gold you'll have access to. I don't intend to specialize in royalty goods. With that said, golden armor, golden swords, you know, they are not royalty goods. They are still armory goods. So there's ways to, and this is not true if you're like an alchemist or a cook, right? You don't have like gold leaf beef or whatever. But there's a way for you to invest your gold into armory instead, or tools, instead of royalty specialty stuff if you want. Quick sale, iron pickaxe. Oh, perfect. He has exactly the budget for this. And now I have officially upgraded my my pick my axe, my shovel, and my hammer to the golden tier, ready to resource exploit like a king. And, well, friends, I think that is all the time I have, so this is where I'm going to leave off, potentially to be picked up next week. Thank you for tuning in to Cozy Keep, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow medieval merchants.